What would you say kind of the theme is, or the themes?
There are many themes that course through this. Loyalty, brotherhood, fate, circumstances. And then if you bore down a little more deeply, you get a sense of America that's been reeling through economic decline, soldiers who return from two fronts suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, and the fact that we live in a violent nation. But I see it as a film really about the human spirit and the human condition and resilience and courage.
Or their sociopathness on some other hands.
Yes, they exist.
What kind of guy is Harlan?
Misunderstood.
If you say so.
I'd say Harlan is a fairly psychopathic character, you know, with some very violent tendencies.
Troubled. A troubled man.
Troubled man.
Yeah, he really is.
Trying to make the best of himself, of course, but
failing at every turn.
Yeah. Was that the kind of, you wanted to get into someone like that? Is that kind of was the selling point?
I wouldn't say that was the selling point. That might have been the snagging point.
I had to drag Woody the project. I think he took it with some trepidation.
It's not that. It was trepidation, and but I really wanted to work with Scott because I think he's an incredible filmmaker, and you know, who knew what it was going to turn out like. So it's really awesome to see how great this turned out and to be a part of this incredible work. You know, it's his second film, and they're both phenomenal.
Yeah. How was it? What was the experience like with Mr. Bale and Mr. Affleck? Both of you.
It was great. It's you know, I suppose it's an actor's dream to get into the ring with those guys. I think Christian's one of the finest actors who ever lived, and he's just so completely immersed in his character. And, you know, it's a great thing to behold and to be, you know, able to jump into a scene with him. And Casey, I liken him to working with a wild animal where you don't know whether, you know, you can pet him or he's going to bite you, or he's, you know, he's completely unpredictable. Yeah. And incredible actor. So it was a great experience.
Yeah. And directing these three gentlemen?
Simply put, it's a dream. It's a dream to direct all of them. These are actors that I've long admired, even when I was living in small-town America, only dreaming of becoming an actor. And you don't even think about becoming a filmmaker because you don't grow up in small-town America and say, wow, I want to be a film director. It's much easier to go work in the coal mines or to work in the highway department, or those things that are just readily available. And just through luck and perseverance and circumstance am I sitting here today. But directing Woody Harrelson is, I can imagine it's honestly like coaching Michael Jordan.
I can see that.
Oh, thanks.
What? How did being in Braddock kind of enhance the experience?
Well, it certainly did for me, having written the screenplay and written it specifically for Braddock, and whether for Woody, and he can only speak to that on a subconscious level or a conscious level, it hopefully will infuse his performance and imbue the entire set with a sense of authenticity and realism that you just don't get on a back lot. You know that flesh and blood people live in these streets, they live in these homes, they work in these steel mills, and that can really only infect your performance, I think. I hope, because I really fought to shoot the movie there.
Yeah, I mean, it feels really timeless. Like, I don't think I could put a timestamp on it.
Well, that's exactly what I set out to make.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't set it in like the 20s, but
sure,
you know,
right.
Basically, it just feels.
Well, quite frankly, as I approached the film, and I'm looking at the work of a lot of photographers that influenced this, Walker Evans and Dorothea Lange and Robert Frank, you have to really peer closely. You know they're period photographs because they lived in the 30s and the 40s and the 20s, but you have to peer really closely to understand what time period it actually is, because they have such respect and reverence for their subject matters. Yeah. That's the way I wanted to approach this story.